Have you ever looked at a famous person, someone living the dream of millions, and thought, if that were me, I'd be so happy? But then you wonder, why do some of them still fall apart? Could it be that success can't heal invisible wounds? Each of us has a dream. Anne Burrell, a girl with fiery curly hair, used to stand on kitchen stools just to watch her mom cook. She didn't dream of being a princess. She just wanted to be the greatest chef. Not to cook for an audience, but for those who needed to feel cared for. Michael Madsen, a quiet boy from Chicago. He didn't have movie star looks or talk much, but he dreamed of being a real artist, not to shine, but to touch souls. Diogo Jota, a skinny kid from Portugal. While others played games, he ran to the field. No one saw his talent, but he trained anyway with one belief: I'm good enough, if I don't give up. They all saw a tiny light in the dark, and they believed one day it could become a sun. 3 people, 3 journeys, 3 dreams almost within reach. But then, spotlights can blur everything, except the pain inside. Anne once said, "My mom never believed I could make it as a chef, so she worked like every dish was proof. But when fame finally came, all she felt was empty, because the person she needed approval from wasn't there anymore." Michael Madsen, even after unforgettable roles like Mr. Blonde or Bud in Kill Bill, always carried a quiet sadness. He was arrested for drinking, battled depression after his son died by suicide. His deepest pain wasn't losing his son, but believing he hadn't been enough to save him. Diogo Jota, even after scoring for Liverpool, standing beside Salah and Mane, was often overlooked. And when injuries came, headlines forgot him. No scandals, no lights, just a great player who was no longer seen. And what about you? Have you ever done everything to be seen, but the one person who matters didn't notice? Had achievements, but still felt unworthy? Kept trying, while others just looked past you? Ever woken up to a beautiful day, but felt heavy inside? And asked yourself, why don't I feel enough? It's not because you're weak, it's because old wounds are speaking. A 2015 study in psychological medicine shows childhood experiences like rejection, harsh criticism, or emotional disconnection can leave long-term effects on the parts of the brain tied to emotion and self-worth. That's why one sentence from someone important, a parent, teacher, or ex, can haunt us for years. When pain isn't named, it shows up in behavior. Anne became controlling, perfectionistic, angry over small things. Not because she hated others, but because she was fighting the feeling of being useless. Michael drank to forget. He took roles without reading scripts, just to pay off debt. He lived like he had nothing left to protect, because the one thing that mattered was gone. Diogo stayed quiet, rarely spoke to the press. He played like a machine, precise, effective, but distant. And you? Are you delaying dreams because you fear judgment? Trying to control everything, not because you're mean, but because you're scared of being hurt again? Research by Dr. Brené Brown shows it's not fear but shame that silently shapes human behavior the most. When we feel unworthy, unloved, not enough, we start acting like it's true. And soon we lock ourselves in a shell, cold, capable, logical, but empty. The U.S. National Institute of Mental Health reports 70% of adults have felt like imposters at some point, as if they're frauds despite their success. Some avoid, some control, some go silent, but all of it is just surviving with an unhealed wound. The miracle is, none of them stayed in pain forever. Anne began talking more with her students. She shared her failures. She taught cooking. But more than that, she taught people that anyone can begin again, even if they've been doubted. Michael started writing poetry. He took small film roles no one noticed, not to be famous, but to reconnect with the human side he'd lost. He once said, "I'm not acting anymore. I'm just trying to exist." Diogo returned after injury, quietly, humbly, and kept scoring. He once said, "I don't need to be under the lights, I just need to be on the field." They chose honesty over perfection. Not loud, not flawless, but real. Healing starts with the courage to look within. If you see yourself in this story, don't ignore the feeling. It's not just sadness. It's your inner voice whispering, "It's time to come home." Come home to yourself. Start with the simplest thing. Be honest about your wounds. Take one quiet evening, grab a pen, write. Not for anyone else, just for you. Write down 3 things that once hurt you. Maybe a harsh comment, a rejection, someone who left without goodbye. Don't be afraid, because what is named can begin to heal. A study from the American Psychological Association shows writing about negative feelings lowers anxiety, improves mental health, and deepens self-awareness. Then ask, how have I been living because of those wounds? Are you trying too hard to prove something? Staying silent so no one can hurt you again? If the answer is yes, you are not alone. Millions live as versions they never wanted, just because old pain was never touched. We think happiness requires perfection, but the truth is, healing begins when we stop trying to be someone else and start being brave enough to be ourselves. A 75-year Harvard study found the quality of our relationships, not money or fame, is what truly brings happiness and long-term health. And real connection only begins when you stop pretending. Create a small ritual to return to yourself each day. Each morning, whisper to yourself, "Today, I don't have to pretend. I will be myself, and that is enough." Each week, set aside 20 minutes to sit with yourself. No phone, no tasks, just ask, how am I really feeling? When you're overwhelmed by a small thing, map it. Situation, emotion, automatic thought, reaction. Slowly, you'll see. Old pain is echoing in today, and you get to choose a new response. And remember, you don't have to heal alone. Choose one person you trust. Send them a short message. "I haven't been okay lately. I don't need advice, just someone to listen." You deserve to be seen without having to explain. You deserve to be accepted even before you earn it. Research by Emmons and McCullough, 2003, shows writing down things you're grateful or proud of each day boosts positive emotions and lowers depression. So each night, write down one thing you did well, no matter how small. It's how you tell yourself, "I'm still moving forward." If you've carried pain too long, talk to a therapist, not because you're broken, but because you're strong enough to want to understand yourself. According to the CDC, just 10 minutes of daily mindfulness meditation lowers stress hormones and boosts emotional balance. You don't have to climb mountains. Just take one step each day, back toward yourself. You don't need to be special to be loved. You just need to allow yourself to be real. And sometimes, being real is the most special thing of all. If you've ever felt not special enough, not seen enough, remember, the greatest people often live the quietest lives. The timeless lesson, where stories are told so you never feel alone. Comment, "I'll keep going," if you see yourself in this story. And don't forget to subscribe. We're here every week to tell you something worth hearing.